広がるのディナミンライク出しないプロスプレエニメイ永遠にこのままおるかな実もうやば僕だわ Everyday 輝いてもうそう膨らむもっともっと手伸ばして好きなこと追いかけたいのにもっと嫌な私を残りを見るのと破り捨て Big Smile Eye 可愛いは正義派かっこいいも可愛いは正義じゃ自分の中の理想にとらわれてはこの前にハートに咲くなくて I watch light in the sky I saw fly 泣いてないで飛べない天使にも羽はついて跳ね切り落としてこの足でいつか飛び出して私でも前に進めばそれでいい
Oh, my microphone is seriously quiet. Why must you do this? And welcome to the livest of living chats. How is everyone? Let me see if I can sort out the microphone problem real quick. But anyway, yeah, I'm sure that you'll be happy to hear a little bit less of me. I am here because it is, well, it's been a whole week since last time. And has a lot of stuff happened? Well, I feel in some ways yes, in some ways no. But the one thing that has happened, obviously, since last week is I have now turned 40. That is right, everyone. I am now 40 years old. It doesn't feel any different. It is just another day. And yet I am going to choose this moment to be Oji-san. I am now going to dispense meaningless advice, and you have to listen to me because of the digits in my name. Anyway. Hi everyone, hello to Wandering Souls, hello to Christopher, hello to number 6, Terry, and Harry, of course. Michael, hey, a 40-year-old fine. Here's hoping you received my birthday greeting earlier this week. I received a few of them and I tried to respond to as many of them as possible. And honestly, I really appreciated all of the messages that everyone was sending online. It was genuinely really appreciated. You guys were absolutely lovely with that. Yeah, do you know what? I was actually thinking, I think I might have mentioned this before, but like the age of 40, I think it's this really indecisive age where you speak to anyone who's you're 45 or older and they go, oh, you young whippersnapper. Oh, you're just turning 40. Oh, you're so young. You speak to anyone like under the age of 35 and they're like, oh my God, you're 40. So have you thought about your pension yet? Have you thought about how you're going to survive after you retire? You know, it's like, it's quite amazing how it's this kind of indecisive age where people can't decide whether you're too young or too old. And to be honest, you're just you know. I always say this, you only really notice the age from two things. One, when your body starts giving up on you, which I am a long way from that. And number two is when people start treating you differently. So, don't let other people treat you differently. Just enjoy your life. And if they do treat you differently, fuck them. That's right, I can say that. We're not monetized on this channel. Yon Trick, how you doing, bud? Wait, it's been a whole week? Fuck my life, says Christopher. Yes, it has been a whole week. And the old bastard, Howard, is back. Happy birthday. Thank you. I am apparently a fossil. They dug me up. Yep, fossilized, but still moving. Now officially over the hill. Jumped the shark. Can't retire if you don't have a proper job. Cheers, Trick. You know, that's, yeah, thanks. Wow. Wow, lovely. Of all the wonderful things that people say to me, what a lovely thing to say. Anyway, well, screw you. Anyway, let's move on. So, yeah, I should point out, as first of all, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who sent, like, nice messages. It was really pleasant getting all of those lovely messages from everyone. I do want to say thank you. There was one particular gentleman who, I always say this when people send in donations, I don't put out names without their checking with them first of all, because, you know, I always think people use their money. That's a private thing. Thank you. I got a little donation from someone who sent me a little something to and asked me to check out a song. I don't usually do check out songs based on donations because that's kind of, I always feel bad about doing that because if I'm paid to check out a song, it feels like weird. It doesn't feel like a genuine reaction. But I will check out that song, and thank you very much for contacting me, to the dear person in question. Thank you to everyone else, as always, all the support. Let's jump into some of the subjects, though, that we want to talk about today. And one of them, well, it's been talked about a little bit. I'm going to circle around and talk about it now because a bit of a biggie, is obviously that we have KOIAI back. And yeah, do you know, it's weird because ever since I put out that video only a couple of days ago now, in fact, probably less than a couple of days, I think it was only like sort of maybe 36 hours ago, I've been reading the comments, and it's really interesting how a lot of people have mentioned things like the fact that technically Wakazaimon is not technically a member. I'll be honest, I think I kind of alluded to this. I didn't want to be negative in the video, but I did not like the wording of the post at all. I thought the wording of the post was deliberately ambiguous, and I get it, you can be mysterious sometimes, but I thought they were overly deliberately ambiguous. Just say what it is. Say what it is. You know, so Mirai's the singer now. It seems that's permanent. Say she's the permanent singer. Wakazaimon is being Wakazaimon. Just say Wakazaimon is being Wakazaimon. It's like, she's sticking around because sometimes, you know, sometimes a vagrant will stay in your house for extended periods of time if you put food on the table. And that's what they're No, I'm to be honest, as I said, Mirai is a new person to me. Really enjoyed what I checked out. I did like a little first reaction in that video just so you guys could enjoy me getting to know her at the same time that I was sharing that news with you guys. Obviously, Wakazaimon is someone who I've got enormous respect for her. She's like one of my sort of heavy hitters, one of the people who I would put on a very high pedestal when it comes to bassists as a general, and just people who are circulating in the music scene. I think one of the things that makes her particularly special is for someone who is effectively a free agent for the best part. You know, she cut ties with East of Eden, which in part seemed to be to get a little bit more freedom, and she's seemingly not committing as much as the post would suggest to KOIAI. And yet I think it's interesting because a lot of those free agents, they tend to just be like a walking ego, and there tends to be a lot of, hey, look at me, I'm like this amazing solo person who makes everything great, rather than, hey, I'm this person who likes to join bands and be part of constructing a song. Wakazaimon to me is the person who, she has her little solo songs, she does them, they're great. But when she, even those, you notice when you look at the music video for her solo stuff, she has the whole band around there. The band, the unnamed band, but they're in there, they're in the music video with her. When she goes and takes part in other people's bands, she's never up there. Well, she doesn't. She never gives me the impression of someone who's like flaunting her ego front and center. She just likes playing music, and I think that's awesome. So it's a shame that we can't put her name, we can't tie her name permanently to this extremely awesome project. But I think we can all safely say that she's probably going to be as involved as anyone can be. Obviously, Hazuki's still got Nemophila. Lisa's got her own stuff going on. Yeah, there's a lot of other involvements for everyone. So I think she's going to be as involved as everyone, even if she's got commitment issues to bands. All right, so Christopher says, keep aging. Yes, I will. Well, that's the goal. I mean, it's better than the alternative. I mean, if you stop aging, then, well, I mean, something else has happened, isn't it? Trick says, do not alter. Wait. There's only one way to respond to that.
Do not angry. What? No. Oh. Do not angry, okay? Yeah. Don't angry.
You don't angry about age, okay? Don't angry about age. Terry says, that's Michael too, Terry, sorry. Do not pension. Don't hate a birthday, do it tomorrow. Don't have a birthday, do it tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Hope Wakazaimon is in it for the long haul. Yeah, I think the way I would read that, and I think the way a lot of musicians who, at least, cause her situation is certainly fairly, not unique, but rare. I think a lot of the musicians who would be able to sympathize with her situation, well, I think most musicians could probably sympathize with her situation. And that's simply her saying, look, I kind of want to be a part of this project. Obviously, she's been involved on such a level for enough time now that I think everyone just kind of sees her as the de facto bassist, which is what, again, that makes this announcement really weird, because all they're doing is just saying she's back exactly where she was before. That's not really an announcement. So, you know, she's kind of seen as the de facto bassist. But I get it. If you say, I am a member of the band, then should you choose to do something else, then the band is technically breaking up. And I think what she's kind of saying is that, look, if I want to do something else in the future, I don't want it to be like a band breakup. I just kind of want to do something else in the future if I want to do something else. It's not like permanent. It's not saying that she intends to go somewhere else. It's just kind of giving herself freedom. And plus, you know, she did like the Marty Friedman tour. She's done a few other tours and things. I get that. She's kind of saying, well, look, if someone comes along and says, hey, do you want to do this once in a lifetime tour? I want to say yes. And she's in a position where she's in demand. And I'm not surprised she's in demand. And she likes doing her own solo stuff. Yeah, I get it. I do get it. 100%. Yeah, my microphone is definitely... Wait, I'm going to turn the microphone. If you get noise, let me know. I think you can hear my air conditioner. That looks better. Okay. Is KOIAI still officially 4 even with the new vocalist, Howard? Yeah... Technically 4? Well, they're technically 3. The vocalist would make them 4. Mirai would make them 4. And if Wakazaemon was a member, that would be 5. I think at the moment they're officially there for. They now are officially 4. They've like become a 4-piece now. I didn't like that. The reason I didn't like that announcement is they used the word core members. Basically, that's the way that most people translated that, and it's just vague. So, well, I mean, you're clearly defining a difference between what Mirai's role is and what Wakazaemon's role is. So, it felt like really vague way of putting it. But okay, you know, again, they're a very much an in-house management. I know there's a lot of family involved, and good for them in that they're doing really amazing things. I just think they could have been much more clear about what the hell they were actually doing here. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's kind of because they want to say she's basically a permanent member of the group. She just doesn't want to feel bad if she leaves. I think they've probably discussed this behind closed doors and decided this was the best wording, just so that everyone who's casual will think they're a 5-piece and everyone who's not. But what are they going to do with like band photographs and stuff? I mean, that's not the most important thing in the world, but still, it does make you think. Are they going to go back to the situation they had before where they get all the band photographs and just mysteriously Wakazaemon's not there, even though she's on the record? And she's on all the stage shows, and she's, you know, before they go on stage, they're all high-fiving together, including her, but she just didn't appear in any of the material, promotional material. Full-length live video of the Scandal KOIAI double bill up on YouTube. I heard there was going to be a Scandal KOIAI double bill, didn't know it already happened. I've got to be honest, that is a really bizarre team-up. I did hear about that, but now I come to think about it, Scandal and KOIAI, that is a bizarre team up. I can imagine it being fun, but also very strange. Hello to Loon. All the talk of a 5-piece. I really fancied KFC, says Chris. A 5-piece. James, is a 5-piece a bit excessive for KFC? Wouldn't you get like a 3-piece for one person?
No.
Because it's really fatty, isn't it? KFC's like proper fatty. And that's the end of that.
Point.
That's why I decided to stop that before I went any further. Yeah, nothing official. Oh, yeah, okay, so I don't really do fan cam. I mean, if it's a fan cam in another country, fair enough. But if it's a fan cam in Japan, it's... Well, I mean, you know, there's a reason why we don't have them here. So if someone's fan camming in Japan... yeah, I've said before, I don't do videos containing those kind of things unless it's a very rare event where, you know, the band has asked the fans to do it, which does happen. I tend not to support those just because, again, it's one of the things that makes the Japanese gigging experience so unique is that you don't have to look at someone else's bloody phone in front of your face. So, yeah, I tend not to support the fan cams if they're filmed in Japan. If it was filmed elsewhere, though, you know, I still would hate it if I was in the audience and someone was holding a camera in front of my face. But, you know, if culturally that's the norm where it happened, then, yeah, absolutely. You know, people do, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Trick says, Bucker Binge, head honcho says, no. Thank you, James. Top input. I'll be honest with you, Michael. I'm kind of, you know, I get what you're saying, Michael. I like a lot of people want to see a, so basically Michael's saying your loss if you don't watch the fan cam, and Loon's saying, it's a shame. I don't watch fan cams. You know, I get it. I mean, if you are really, really just sort of like super excited about the event and you're never going to see it any other way, and you just kind of want to see it for the sake of seeing it, just for going, wow. Yeah, I get that. I mean, the kind of excitement of seeing 2 bands you like on stage. Yeah, I get that. But for actually sitting down and enjoying music, yeah, fan cams are pretty useless. Unless it's like really close up in a small venue or something, it's just it is really weird. I think we can all sympathize with that feeling when you hear when you're at a venue and the sound sort of moving through your body and through the venue and everything. It's really amazing, and you're just sort of taken by that feeling, by the atmosphere, and the sound is set up to be kind of consumed in that environment. It hits you in the right way. But when you watch a fan cam of a live thing, it always just sounds so bad. It's like, wow, it felt so good when I was there, and I'm listening back to it. I'm like, ugh. You can make out the song, but it's just like all the atmosphere, all the energy is lost. So I kind of get what Loon's saying. You wouldn't enjoy it you can't sit down and enjoy it as a piece of music because it just doesn't have the same effect. I mean, obviously, professionally recorded lives, I totally get that. That's a conversation we've had 1,000,001 times before. Not something I so much spend a lot of time on myself for reasons we've discussed, but I 100% get that. If it's professionally recorded live recording, then obviously you're going to get the sound quality as well. But fan cams are just kind of like the worst of every single world. But good if you just want to record something that is otherwise unavailable, just for a look into a magical moment. They could have hired bassist, but they are sticking with. They could have hired a bassist, but they're sticking with Okazaiman. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. I mean, she is a bassist. I'm assuming what you're kind of getting at is they could have looked somewhere else for a permanent bassist. Maybe. I think it actually says a lot for them as a band and a lot for how seriously they take her commitment, despite apparently not being a full-time member. I think it says a lot about how much they respect her and how much they respect the commitment that they're doing there. But also, you've got to remember, band chemistry is really important. And she obviously, just looking for all of this, she obviously has a very good chemistry with the rest of the band. I mean, again, like we're kind of clearly covering here, you wouldn't hold on to someone in this. It's not like they're desperate for a bassist. They could find a bassist anywhere. We all know the talent they have on offer. We all know the hype that's behind them. We all see the views that happens every time they put out a video. It's not like they're stuck with this one bassist and they just can't find anyone else. It's not like they're trapped in an abusive relationship. It's like, believe me, if they wanted to find someone else that they could, they're very happy with her. I think that's what it is. She's probably made her case clear, and they probably said, "Yeah, that makes sense," but we're still happy to stick around and do this. So, yeah, I think I made the right choice. Chris says, "Hi James, any cheeky info on new stock for shop?" I think he gets a lot of stock. Anything you'd highlight?
Well, let's see.
You can like come over here, James. We are welcome. He was comfortable.
I don't know. Let's see. What have I got?
As usual, this is so James is leaving in a couple of days. And so we're at that point where he's actually starting to pack all his stuff into boxes. And when I say it's not like normal pack when you go on holiday, I mean like literally cardboard boxes from the supermarket. He fills them up with all the merch he's taking back.
This is true.
So a lot of it is in boxes, so you can't just sort of like whip anything out. But
Japanese packs of Pokemon cards, those are quite good. Bunch of stuff from the Daiso. I thought there was going to be new Hatsune Miku stuff out this month, but there wasn't. So I've been picking up stuff from Tokyo Mew Mew and Dan Da Dan.
Dun 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 dun.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Dun 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 dun.
Yes. Let's see. What else was there? More My Hero Academia things like the acrylic stands and the keychains and stuff like that. What else did I pick up? I didn't get any Kit Kats this time. I got some last time, and I didn't even.
I thought you found a really fancy Kit Kat.
I found one flavour, yeah, which was a raspberry one, the dark chocolate.
Oh yeah, we tried that. That was peculiar, wasn't it? But it was actually quite good.
They're really good. So I got the raspberry Kit Kats, but those are mostly for me because
they're mine.
They're mine. I also got some McDonald's McNugget dipping sauce as well.
Can we say, when you say you got them, you mean I've kept them for you in a cupboard for like a month?
Yeah.
Good luck eating those, man. He's gonna.
And like.
Oh, what we got?
Mofu Sand stickers.
Oh, these are popular right now, aren't they?
Yeah. Wafu sand. Yeah, see.
It's a cat.
It's cat wearing different clothing cat. But yeah, not as much as I thought I was going to get. Some new Hello Kitty and Kuromi stuff. So, yeah, I didn't get any Gundam kits like I thought I was going to. Didn't get any anime figurines like I thought I was going to. But luckily, I think...
what the fuck was that?
Yeah, knocking things over. But still, Surugaya are doing 25% off their website, so I'm going to have to try and buy a bunch of stuff on there. What's that, a sphygmomanometer?
It's a sphinctometer. It's a thermometer.
A thermometer for firms.
Yeah.
That's right.
It measures the Fermi paradox.
Yeah.
If it sees aliens, it goes... all right. So
I have been picking up a bunch of stuff myself as well, like weird drinks and stuff. Some drinks not so weird, but some weird ones.
So just quickly go. Just gonna a couple of other comments coming in here. Just gonna quickly round these up as well. Michael says the show took place in Singapore. Yeah, I'd heard something about that. I mean, I say there's been a few shows in Singapore. I know that Babe Metal are doing a show at the actually it's at the Singapore Grand Prix, like where they got the whole they had the kind of a festival thing going on at the time, so they were going to be playing there. So I know there's a few shows going on in Singapore, and I knew Scandal going to Singapore. I knew they were doing a show with KOIAI, but I didn't put that together. I'm going to be honest, like I say, that's not one that... I mean, if they were on the same stage playing at the same time, I would be interested to hear that. Outside of that, it's just, it's two bands who I've heard play live on videos before. But yeah, I mean, the reason I haven't seen Scandal live before is because Scandal seemingly don't want people to see them live. I mean, they make it so bloody hard for you to see them live that I think they've made it pretty clear they don't want us there. So, Trix says...
Was it they don't play live, or make it hard for tickets to come up? Or?
Yeah, they use like lottery systems. They use a ticket vendor, which isn't friendly to like most people who are not like residents and have like permanent residency here. So it's like... Trick says, Chris went to see Rio yesterday and wore a different band shirt. Learning from the master, yeah. Scandal's 20th anniversary concert is a year away. And what are you doing?
Getting comfy.
Okay. And already selling. Yeah. I mean, like I say, with the Scandal thing, I don't really talk much about Scandal live just because it's just annoying because as much as I like the band, they don't make it accessible to people, and so I find it really hard to hype up a band who I can't recommend to people, because I can't recommend people go to see a band they're just not going to get tickets. Yeah, so it's tough. I like the band, but I find it really hard to hype them up when it comes to that kind of thing. Michael old friend Terry and says, has James had much Japanese food? Have you had much Japanese? There is a guy who doesn't know.
Have I had much Japanese food?
Calm down. He's overheating. All right, you're all right. Calm down, let's put it this way.
Though, depends. Like
there's Japanese people who could learn about Japanese food from James. I mean, the man has freaky levels of knowledge about what's going on in Japanese food that basically when he turns up, it's mainly because something's coming out in Japan that he wants to eat. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, I assumed when he came for my birthday that something came out on my birthday that he wanted to eat. I mean, it's just my assumption is that...
I have this time. I had at Wendy's. I know. At Wendy's, they were doing...
I take back my comment.
It's all it's all tsukimi stuff at the moment. It's all the moon viewing burgers, which means all the burgers have an egg on them this season. So
you had that mochi one.
Yeah, exactly. That's one at Wendy's. Yeah, it's like it's got like a big old patty of mochi, like the pounded rice cake, so a big chewy mass of glutinous rice
on your burger.
But also with sukiyaki.
Can I say you should do the advertising blurb? A big mass of pounded rice on your burger.
Lovingly pounded by rabbits on the moon.
Gelatinous sludge on your burger. You make it sound so amazing.
It was strange, though. It was really hard to bite it away from the rest of the burger. Yeah.
Has James had much Japanese McDonald's on this visit?
I went to get the tsukimi burger. Again, so I went to McDonald's and got the tsukimi egg burger. I think McDonald's had the sukiyaki one actually. Yeah. McDonald's had the sukiyaki burger, so with an egg and sukiyaki in it. Wendy's had the mochi, and McDonald's had the sukiyaki.
I am gonna address. So Michael actually raised an interesting point. Now this is worth me covering because it is worth covering for distance. So you said like Neon went pretty hard on the Japanese food during his stay, and yeah, if I were honest with you, Neon's focus was more on because obviously he was. I was doing like an intro to Japanese food for him. We were starting with the basics, and yes, pretty much everything Neon had with me was more the traditional stuff. James is very familiar with that. He worked in a sushi restaurant before. He knows all the traditional dishes. It's just he has a penchant for.
I like Western food. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like fried chicken and beef burgers and pork burgers.
I mean, we've had this discussion a million times before, and I think James is. I mean, I have like, I do sort of like scratch my head at the fact that when James is in Japan, you are a big fan of like the Japanese special edition McDonald's and stuff. But it's everyone has their own thing they come for, and
there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time to have normal stuff, but
can I just say
one chance for limited edition things.
Fucking hate limited editions. But the thing is I will say this is the thing that's really worth clarifying. None of this is because James is not someone who eats Japanese food. Believe me, he eats all the Japanese food. He just has a weird penchant for the chain stuff, and I respect that. He literally has eaten every conceivable combination of food. Sometimes you'll see something come out, and like seriously, there'll be times when he's not here. I'll see something come out, and I'll be like, no way, there's no way he's ever had that before. I send him a photograph, and he's like, yeah, that came out in 2023 on April, and I had that. And I was like, why are we doing this? So James is a burger fanatic. He does like everything, but we actually very much disagree on burgers. But we're going to do a video where we're going to highlight our disagreement on burgers. So that's coming up. We're not going to spoil that, but we've got an interesting video coming up where we're going to highlight how we disagree on burgers in Japan. It should be quite fun, actually. I'm looking forward to recording that. Partly because it's going to be fucking delicious. Anyway.
Remains to be seen.
Oh, spoilers. It'll be delicious. Burger King UK has a Wagyu burger. By the way, the word Wagyu means virtually nothing. If someone says, "Oh, this is Wagyu," it doesn't mean anything. What it means is non-consequential. Yeah.
Breed of cow.
Yeah, it's like don't worry. Don't worry.
It might be superior.
It might be, but it's not because the word Wagyu's in it. Or at least, correlation is not there. Try it, let us know. Harry says, if you ever check out James's channel back at Binge, you'll see that James is apparently a fan of outdated...
It's just that I leave them too long. I can never find a good opportunity. They just sit around in my cupboard, which gives me a really bad impression of the food.
That's what I was saying. It's everything on his channel is like, it's 2 out of 10. It's sour and it's like it's got mushrooms growing out. But, I mean, the funny thing is like I gave you the dipping sauce you asked me to get, the special edition McDonald's dipping sauce, and I don't know. Like the last couple of times I've given you those, they kept well, didn't they? And there's been times I've done that before. They've been in my cupboard for months, and you just try them. And, yep, it's fine.
I think there was a couple of coffees that you had to throw away in the past. Yeah.
There was one coffee that I bought where you wanted to get several of them. They were quite cheap, luckily, but I had a bunch of them, and because I don't have the fridge,
was it the banana?
Like it was the
cans of Banana Boss
or something. Yeah, and they were in my cupboard, and the hallway does get hot, but they just started to like the tops started just like sort of bow and pop open, and this goo started coming out of them. I was like, yeah, I'm not keeping that, and moreover, you're not drinking that, and that is going to fuck out. It was like, it was not good. It was I
sadness. They don't make that stuff anymore.
I think that must have had real milk in it, because that was bad. That was bad times. But virtually everything else I've kept for you is kept well. Wagyu is so overrated, says Trick. So I'm adding a vocal intonation. Actually, let me read it the way I think you're saying it. Trick says, Wagyu is so overrated, in my opinion. Tastes and texture, just like steak.
What I could do when I get back is go to Burger King, order a normal Whopper and the Wagyu one and put them together and then compare them If my girlfriend was watching this, she would be rolling her eyes because I'm always going on about comparing.
Can I just roll my eyes
things.
instead? Well, actually, no, I'm not going to roll my eyes because that might be part of the video we're going to be...
This one time, last time I came to Japan, they still do sell it, actually. It's a... you can get coffee base. You can get it in the UK now. I think Iceland do the Nescafe one where it's just got a really thick coffee and you add the milk to it. All right. Nothing new. Squash, nothing new. But then in Japan, now they do Pepsi base. So you're supposed to just add carbonated water to it to make Pepsi. And it is actually Pepsi. But I bought all the different types of Pepsi I could find here in Japan. I bought the Pepsi and I bought the...
That's the first one you go for.
Well, duh.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. And then you've got the Japan Cola Pepsi, which is the Nama Pepsi. So it's got the big kanji.
Oh, it does have
big
Nama.
Nama. Yeah.
I don't know what Nama Pepsi would be. Just like fresh from the Pepsi plant.
That's the Japan Cola Pepsi.
Okay.
And then there's the Pepsi Refresh Shot, which comes in a small can and has more caffeine in it.
Blow your brains
and
out.
I also got the Pepsi base mix and also a UK Pepsi. So I got a bunch of friends and we compared Pepsis.
Yes.
That's what we did.
We did that thing years ago where we compared the blue colas, didn't we? That was
Yeah, we compared blue colas. Yeah.
All right, so a couple of comments now. Oh, actually, this is a good segue. Michael's just putting a question here. Taken James to any shows, Howard? Yeah, I have actually. So James has been to shows with me before. A couple. You've been to a couple of shows with me. So on my birthday, I think you guys know we were trying to find something to do, and we were trying to think of sort of plans. And I think the thing is that, so I've been trying to make plans for this day forever. And you guys know about the various things we tried to plan, they didn't work out, money issues, all this kind of stuff. And it was just a case of, I just want to do something easy, simple and fun, but where I just feel like I'm in kind of like on your birthday, you just kind of want to be in a place where it's like, this is where I'm happy, So we were looking through some of the shows that were happening on the 9th of September, just like in live houses. And I saw that Ash Frast, who I know she hasn't come out on the channel yet, but you guys know that I've done a session and everything with her. And I get on very well with her as well. Ash Frast was doing a show, but she had Yes And, who also, you guys know I get on very well with, the band who ran across the street once to say hello to me, and Enna, the singer who jumped off stage once to run up to me and say hello. And now twice, although very different in this occasion. But they were both planned at the same show, and so I just contacted the managers and said, "Hey, you know what? It's my birthday. I wouldn't mind coming up and I'm just kind of come up from my little birthday thing and say hello and all that."
We have chosen you to come for your birthday.
You have been chosen to celebrate the life of Howard.
I'll put it that way. Yeah.
That's actually, I did an audio message and sent it to them like that. I did. I was wearing a crown and sitting on a throne at the time. And they were just like, yeah, sure. And so inviting them up. You've seen the photograph if you're on the Discord. I also put a little copy of it on the thumbnail of this.
We couldn't really get many pictures or footage or anything because they were streaming it, weren't they?
Yeah, they were actually streaming the event, and I just it just became one of those things where it was just nice to just sort of relax, have some fun. I met some people who I'd seen at shows before, some people I hadn't met before, and just had a chat. There was some really lovely people. There was one really nice woman there she was super sweet, and she came up and she just started talking to me about some stuff and as well, and she'd seen me at shows before, and she was like inviting me to the next show. Oh, come, and just it was really nice atmosphere.
I'll have to share you some of the footage I took.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that because we've been blogging stuff on
group photos. Yes, a lot of it's on my Facebook. I have to find some other way to put it out there. Really, I might have to upload them to a new YouTube channel or something.
Well, I mean, we've got the raw footage, though, haven't you? You've got the raw footage,
yeah.
So it will. I mean, we can edit through that and everything. But in all fairness, though, it was like for me, it was just like a really nice event. There was 2 bands who came on first as well. It was a 4-band show. 2 bands who came on first were really fun. They were really good too. It was in Shimikurazawa Reg, for anyone who knows. It wasn't super full up. It was kind of about half full. It was just nice, you know. People were moving around, a little bit of fun. Everyone had room to breathe, but there was like a good atmosphere in there. It was just silly good fun. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, as usual with the Ashfras set, there's like a couple of guys who like to hurl themselves at the stage, and
boy, do they!
That was really fun, because like there was like within the first song there was just this bit where I was all like we were sort of like moving around, and then during the first song, just like one of the particular guys who always is up front, him and another guy launched themselves over the stage. I just sort of walk up to the stage, and they are both literally face planted over the monitor on the stage, and I'm like,
yeah, they're like right over the barrier,
like literally over the monitor.
They couldn't get back on their own. They had to be
their entire body weight was over there, and
they had to be oinked back over the other side. It was ridiculous.
But they were like literally face down on the floor. I was like, are they dead? But no, it was
two guys, right? One of them was kind of like spindly with like long kind of permy hair, right? Like
very
tall and spindly.
He was very
with the permy
talkative,
hair.
that guy, as well, wasn't he? Yeah.
And then the other guy looked like a guy who would like beat you up for looking at him funny. Yeah, like very, very, very short hair, very tall, kind of stocky.
He was nearly bald, didn't he? Really?
Yeah, yeah. He did look like a scary guy.
I've seen, because he's at most of her shows. I've seen him before. He is like, seriously, he is just such a like. He's like so soft personality. He's really sweet, really lovely. But the minute the music starts, he just like throws himself.
Yeah, good God.
He's brilliant. So I'm just like, I'm sure you're gonna. And the funny thing is, as well, Ash has a lot of female fans. So the female fans were like one side, and I did like how they were in one space, so that this guy had his room to throw himself over the stage. It was very clear that they knew, like, okay, that's where people who don't want to get like destroyed by flying human bodies are going to be.
Totally. I got coerced into, because I was just sort of hanging at the side and watching, and you know, I'm not really, going to get too involved. And these guys, they just coerced me into the middle of the front of the stage,
before the set started.
Against the barriers for Ashfrast, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll sit here and I'll watch this. And these guys were just like just throwing themselves around, and I need to get out of the way. I need to move, because these guys are going to smash me against this. I don't mind a bit of a mosh, that's fine. I was young once. I could mosh, but no. And then they just went. I thought, I'm going to go by the side of the wall. I'm just going to stand by the side of the wall. They're very intense. And then they just started going sideways.
Oh yeah, they started the thing where everyone runs to one side of the room, everyone starts running to one side. So he's just like moved to one side, and then the entire crowd runs towards him. You're like, I'll stand at this side of the room. Everyone's on the other side of the room. It's like, oh no, they're running from one side to the other. But I just point out, so like James has been to a couple of live houses with me before, but yeah, it's obviously it's a bit of a if you're kind of not ready for it, and if you're just out there just to chill out and listen to some music, it's a bit of a sudden shock when you go into a small live house and it's like, okay, so for this band, everyone's going to run around and hurl themselves at each other. So okay, I will say it reminded me that the three most over-the-top artists who I'm used to seeing, Ashfrast, just because like the core fan base are like throw themselves around so much. Obviously the Trident, we talked about Trident is great, but there is that problem with way too many crowd surfers, which I don't like. That kind of spoils it. But the other one was when we were filming at the Rush Up Festival, and Full Moon's fans are absolutely fucking bonkers. And this is the one where I was filming with John, and you'll see this on the footage. The fans had got used to me, and the fans by this point were enjoying hanging out and chatting with me. So while I'm filming, they drag me and my camera to the front, into the front, and then I'm over the barrier, and then the audience is kind of like on top of me. So I'm leaning over the barrier, and the audience are like on top of me cheering. And so there's just this footage of me with my face on the monitor filming up at the band at like a 90-degree angle. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, so the Full Moon fans were absolutely brilliant as well. But yeah, there's a couple of this is the thing, when you have artists like that where the fans are a bit over boisterous, just as long as it's in really good spirits, if everyone's really having fun and it's just good natured and there's just smiles everywhere, then it's nice. It's just kind of a release. But yeah, that's what we did for the birthday thing. I really enjoyed that, and that was wonderful. And then we were gonna, as mentioned, we were going to do the birthday karaoke on Saturday, but that kind of turned into something rather different. So that was a bit of a different thing, I think, in the end. But yeah, it was really, the Tuesday was the really good bit. So my appreciation. So thank you.
Yeah.
He covered me for that.
Well,
I'm old.
you're putting me up, and you only hit a decade milestone every 10 years if you're lucky. So
Holy shit. No one told me that.
You can do the same for me next year. It's fine.
Yay!
Next year, I think. Yes.
You're going to be old, just like. All right, let's have a look at some of the ranted banana coffee. Yuck. Hey, to Sven. Hello to Jeff. Loon says, as long as you don't compare your girlfriend to other women, you're probably okay, James. Wait, what? Oh, compare. Oh, yeah, your compare videos. Yes, yeah, very good point. James is talking about a fountain drink, syrup, and add carbonated water.
Coca-Cola I was always wondering where to get the fountain drinks, but as you can see, this is the one I was talking about. It is like a Pepsi concentrate, like you get in a fountain drink, but it comes in a bottle. It does recommend you do weird stuff with it, though. It does. It does recommend you do weird stuff with it.
What kind of weird stuff?
Like mixing it with milk or pouring it on ice cream and stuff like that. Oh.
So I moved to a closer camera.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, okay.
But so that's the. But there's also other drinks that concentrate comes in. You get the energy drink Decavitamin V or Decamin Vitamin B. You can get that in the concentrate, or melon soda. You can get that in that mix as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Harry says, I actually went and listened to an Ashras song recently on YouTube. Wasn't my favourite, but liked it well enough. Even shared it on my socials. Yeah, thank you. Like I say, her session with me. That one hopefully is going to be coming out next weekend. So before the next live chat is the goal, and got to get the approval on that. So I need to get approval on. But that's when that one was penned in with management to go live. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, Ash she's just like a really, really cool person. Just very, very nice person. I would go out on a limb and say I think there's a part of her which is a little bit shy. But then she gets on stage and she's totally a rock star. So she's got a fantastic a dual personality of the shy offstage person and the rock star on stage. Michael says, I've seen the Ashra short on Band Broadcast, and she also popped up on the YouTube channel Cheer Up Indies, who cover bands artists. Okay, not familiar with those. Even if the song wasn't quite your thing, I'm sure Ashra appreciates your support. Yeah, absolutely. Did you say you recorded a session with Ash Frost? Yes, yeah. She's on Band Broadcast. Yeah, she's the next episode to come up. Yeah. So Ash Frost will be next. Then, then we've got to delegate a few of them. I think after that it'll probably be the Yes and one. Then we got a Shimokitazawa special, Buzzro one, Rush Up Festival, which will feature a lot of artists. So there's quite a few videos coming out soon. But Ash Frost is the next one. Yeah. And also between those, we also got to put out the overdue videos as well, including Kozuna Hataraz. Quite a lot coming up. Obviously, I had Neon here before. I've had James here this week. So, the bigger videos tend to be the ones I don't work on as much. When obviously I'm sort of recording, I've got like a friend here and we're working on stuff. And tends to be the bigger videos I'll put more to one side. But that, as I mentioned last week, the things like the Ash Frost, the Buzzro one, and the Yes and videos, those ones I've kind of got like a contractual set up that I have to get them out by a certain date. It's not like anything super strict, but it's something that there's kind of like a gentleman's agreement on them. So I want to honor those properly. Okay, so Michael's added a couple of things in there. Pepsi in milk,
but
Pepsi
I know. Yeah, I know. They recommended it. It's weird, isn't it? I don't think I'll be doing that one.
Do you mean Soda Stream machine? What did I say?
You can get those, yeah, but they push they inject your soda with carbonated water, don't they? And it's mostly by PepsiCo. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'd like to think one day I'd like to get a soda fountain machine if my business called for it. But yeah. Oh, the other bands that were on that thing we watched.
Yes.
KOIAI and Rift Paradox.
Thank you.
Rift Paradox.
Yeah. So Rift Paradox. Which one was Rift Paradox? That was
They
the.
were the second.
Yeah, there was.
I think.
Their band, their whole sound was really impressive. Like the guy singing was playing keyboard and everything at the same time, and they were like really funky.
Yeah.
Like they had like this whole funk thing going.
Yeah.
It was that.
They used a lot of synth, didn't they? I think
They used a lot of synth, but it was one of those bands where they used the synth, but it didn't detract from like you still got the grittiness of the rock instruments. Like the bass really slapped with them.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can discover when you go out and just listen to bands. You're like, wow, there's a lot of stuff out there.
And these are like unknown bands, like opening on a small.
And you wonder what you're missing. It's crazy, isn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they were really good. The band who were first out, they were kind of like this sort of dark, I would say semi-gothic. There was a kind of like an Evanescence vibe going on with them.
They weren't really like Visual K or nothing. It wasn't like they didn't do the sort of very low voice, the very droning low voice of Visual K, but they were very.
I felt the singer was going for a bit of an Amy Lee kind of vibe, but for me, they felt like a band that definitely could go places. They felt like they got a concept and they need to.
I think Rift Paradox was the all guys band actually. I think Rift Paradox were the second guys.
Yeah, they were ones with the keyboards.
Yeah, but the first band with the female lead vocalist.
That was the kind of like
they were
more
quite good as well actually.
One.
Because
they felt to me like a band who've got like an idea.
Yeah,
but I'd like to see how they develop on it. Definitely, it was an enjoyable set, but it's one of those ones where it's like I want to. By the end of the set, I was like, I kind of want to hear you build on this more. You know.
Well, with Paradox, did change their style up quite. Their songs, song to song, were different styles.
Yeah,
because the lead singer was doing a lot of stuff on the keyboard and singing quite slowly for the second track. The first one was really heavy. I was like, okay, it's cool. You know, he had a good look to him as well. He had a very expressive face. So it was really fun to watch them.
I felt like that was a band who, like, if you suddenly found out next year they were actually, like, suddenly famous or something, I wouldn't be surprised. They're like one of those ones where a record company's going to go, bunch of good-looking guys play funky music, let's hire them.
Yeah.
Give them an anime theme tune.
Their fans were definitely into the guitarist, I think. The guitarist.
Oh, really?
Oh, which one was it? Was it Rift Paradox? The bassist. He was all dressed in like orange and blue, like he had like a basketball shorts on.
I forgot
and he had really long permed hair tied back in a baseball cap, and he's like orange and blue basketball shorts on and stuff.
Oh, and the guitarist kept on pranking the singer, didn't he? He just walked up to him at one bit, and like the singer's like doing this really like emotional bit and playing the keyboard, and the guitarist just walks up to him and just kicks him in the fucking ankle. It's just like just boots him in the ankle for no reason, and just grins and walks off. I was like,
thinking back, they were a lot more interesting than I first remembered. Actually,
they were very.
That bassist was pretty cool too. Yeah, they were pretty cool.
He did have like the Michael Jackson thing going on with the little curling hair down here. I didn't notice that.
He was really tall and tanned and dressed like a basketball player with really long hair.
Like a basketball player. Oh man, I need to like look back at the footage now to get like fully like remind myself of exactly the nuance of how he was dressed. So Chris is asking about the Aston and CHOKA videos. Definitely, they're also on there. Just like I say, that it's all on there. We're aware of all of it, and honestly, we're in contact with everyone as well. Obviously, CHOKA and me, we might just re-record her video at some point if we feel like it. We just kind of do that. I'm playing that by ear. Harry says, I know back in the day when I was a wee child, Coke syrup, Coca-Cola, used to be sold in an anti-nausea med. Would think the Pepsi syrup would do the same. Michael says, Pepsi poured into a glass containing a scoop of ice cream is what you'd call a spider on a float. Ice cream floats are pretty damn good on Pepsi. Oh.
It's kind of odd, isn't it? You can buy floats. I mean, I think McDonald's do floats over here as well.
But
they just get
a fizzy drink.
They just get the soft serve and just
on a fizzy drink.
I know it's very old. It's like the 50s. They used to do floats.
Nope. That's why they're not here anymore. clogged up their veins. They're all got...
Melon soda float. That's popular as
Oh,
well.
don't say that. You're going to get Chris. Chris is going to... Oh, no. Chris is going to start. Oh, Chris is obsessed with melon soda floats. I don't want to die of diabetes, Chris. It's not happening. Well, actually, you know what? Neon bought the melon soda float in McDonald's, and we tried it, and we struggled to finish it. It was just syrup and grossness. Too many good releases coming out towards the end of the year again, says Michael. Yeah, okay, so we covered this on Ears to the East, and I do think this is a big factor. There are a lot coming out. I mean, I didn't even know about the Unlucky Morpheus album until Neon brought it up. Obviously, I am massively excited about two of my favorite bands, Neki and Trident. Both have releases. Neki have the full-length album Meme. Trident are coming out with their EP Blue Dawn, and both of these are going to be their first releases with their respective record companies, King Records for Trident and Pony Canyon for Neki. But along with that, of course, we have Bandmade coming out with Scoop. I agree. If you've seen that video we did on Ears to the East, it was funny because Neon actually made a really good point, which is at the end, it happens occasionally, which is at the end of the video, he was kind of saying, it's weird, like, it's so exciting when you're thinking about the new Neki album. It's so exciting when you're thinking about the new Trident EP. We got bands like Unlucky Morpheus and Love Bites who are kind of been quiet for a while and they're coming back. And it's with Bandmade, like, we, of course, we're excited for the Bandmade one, but it's like they've released so much recently that in a way it doesn't quite have the same, like, anticipation, which is kind of, it almost feels like when Unleashed came out after Unseen World. It feels like the sequel. Yeah, it feels like the accompanying article. So we're still, this epic narrative still feels new. It still feels like a relatively new album for me. So like Scoop's going to come out and it's going to feel like the accompanying article. It's going to feel like the part 2. I mean the singles for Scoop, they were coming out like virtually sequentially following the singles from Epic Narratives. There wasn't a significant break between Epic Narratives release schedule and those singles, which were all anime theme tunes for Scoop. They just kind of followed on, like without any real noticeable sizable break. So it is weird. It's like Scoop, we're kind of excited, but there isn't that same sort of like giddy anticipation that there are for things like Blue Dawn and Meme, which are much more exciting because they feel like, oh my god, what's this gonna be? Whereas with Bandmade, we're like, yep, Bandmade gonna do Bandmade. They're gonna Bandmade some Bandmade. And I'm sure we're gonna enjoy them, but it is kind of interesting how certain things you get really excited for, and some you're just like, yep, I think it'll be good. I think one thing I will be really excited, because I think a lot of us have kind of, as much as everyone enjoyed the most recent, a lot of people enjoyed the most recent Baby Metal album. I think a lot of us are just like, yeah, but can you just release a normal album now? So we just love to hear like an album where it's not like 90% collaborations with Western metal artists who basically just scream a lot. And it's like, can we have a Baby Metal album now? It's like we haven't had a Baby Metal album in a very long time. But and one of the reasons I'm wondering if Baby Metal still will be Baby Metal in the way they were. I mean, obviously you expect the sound to have evolved, but I mean, literally their second album was the last time they did an album as a 3-piece, which wasn't heavily supported by guest appearances. Because again, I feel like it's weird. I feel like the other one was more of a Baby Metal album, despite what their management says, all that bullshit law stuff, was more of a actual album than the most recent we got. Both of them are really interesting releases, but this most recent one feels like an experiment, and that one, the other one, felt like an album. But of course, that was only 2 members on that. So it just, it's weird how like your anticipation for certain albums can be really affected. So I'd be really interested to know what you guys like actually like super excited. What of all the releases we talked about are you most genuinely excited for? Do you know what I feel? Because I have heard one of the tracks of Blue Dawn. Like I said, I heard it live and it was really good. Like I mean, really good. So that's a 5-track, but I'm like insanely excited for that. But Neki are releasing twice as many tracks. It's a 10-track album, Meme. So in a way, I kind of have to be more excited for Meme because we're getting twice as much music. But I think those two are, I couldn't separate. I'm like really excited for both of them. Right, let's have a look and see what everyone's saying there. Too many good releases. Oh yeah, I read that. Lime Aid makes a fantastic ice. Anything that fizzes, if you put ice cream in it, no. No, Chris, you can talk about melon soda float. Says no. Best drink in Japan. Chris, you clearly have not learned enough. Late contenders for the Baka Awards, says Harry. Yeah, exactly. This is one of the reasons I'm going to be excited, is because there could be like some real late winners for the awards when it comes out. I mean, hell, we'll get some fun music videos as well, which would be cool for the music video award. Vanilla cream soda. No, not reading any more of this sacrilege. Miyako putting out second record of classic covers of metal songs. Wow, cool. Yeah, okay, I didn't even know about that. That sounds like, so if she's doing like metal songs in classical style, but then again, I guess I'd just rather hear her do classical music, if I'm honest with you. Depends on the metal song she's doing, but as a general, metal songs work because of the energy more than because they're, yeah, classical is classical. Harry says, that's just my opinion. After seeing the live video band may put out for Ready to Rock, I hope they put out a live video for What Is Justice. Yeah, I guess, I mean, again, my feelings about that kind of thing. I haven't really got a huge opinion on that. I think we already got a really great recording of it, the one that they recorded when they went in the studio and recorded it. So that's fine by me. I've seen them play it live and it was awesome. In the context of a show, it was great. Michael says, Nemophila coming out with their 49-song live Blu-ray. Gadget box. So a lot of that's related with like live DVDs. Again, this is not something I'm really super into. If I'm at the show, I enjoy it, but watching a show at home is just not something I've ever really got a huge amount out of, if I'm honest with you. So I don't have a huge opinion on that, is what I'm really saying. Scoop out on the 22nd, Meme out on November 26th, Broken by the Scream. Oh, yeah, I'll be honest with you, Broken by the Scream is one of those ones. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Benedict says. I'm probably going to skip that one, if I'm honest with you. I'm more excited for Hitsuji Gaku's new album than I am for any other release. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I was, again, I keep on going back to my thing with Hitsuji Gaku. I know they're really popular. I'm kind of neutral on them. I listen to their music and it's like, it's nice, it's melodic. It doesn't really do anything huge for me, but it doesn't turn me off. It's just kind of like, okay. I think when I usually listen to their music, it's because I'm waiting for that moment where something comes out where I go, oh my god, it suddenly clicks. But it's inoffensively nice, Trident signing with King Records, former label of Dollsbox. Yes, Dollsbox are still on the King Records website. I think you'll find. Interesting point. Loon says, if you watch that Miku interview I tagged you in earlier, you'll discover bandmates don't actually record their stuff in the studio. Where do they? Well, I mean, they record it in a studio. I mean, they don't record it on the street. I mean, no, I mean, again, I didn't see you tag me in any interview earlier, and I'll be honest with you, interviews kind of long. I don't really have time to sit down and watch interviews just randomly. But if you can give me footnotes, it'd be really interesting to know. But I mean, they obviously record it in some kind of studio because. Yeah, they're not just going to record. I mean, I know a lot of bands will turn like their tour bus into a studio and record on there. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, again, this goes back to what I keep on saying, that I have this well, I think, and it's been proved. It seems to have been proven out every time we've discussed this in a group, and I've really enjoyed these conversations I've had with you guys. But a lot of people's conception of what a studio is, and you might well. They record their pieces individually, then only mix it in the studio. Yeah, okay. So this goes back to what I was saying. I think this is the problem: is that a lot of people have this. Like, so when it comes to live music, people will just be okay with anything. It's like, oh, they played live on this. Oh, they played live in a field. Oh, they did an acoustic live. Just the definition of, oh, that was really awesome because it's live is super wide. But when it comes to studio, people only accept this very restrictive stereotypical view they have, and like this is the same thing which gives everyone this misconception that studios are these cold, sterile places. It's all just that's when we talk about recording in the studio. Yeah, it's an old term. As like you say, this band is on stage. Even the stages aren't all stages, you know. So it's the general term, but a lot of bands do that. They record their individual parts, they share them, they enjoy playing with them, putting their bits together. Do I think it's best to record songs individually and send them in? I don't really like that as a method. I think it does take out the fun of the interaction, because there's a huge amount of the fun is the interaction of the band sitting there playing their parts to each other and like feeding back off them. But there are a lot of bands who record remotely, and that's not a problem. But you still get that thing where each member gets to sit down and has fun crafting what they're doing, putting their love into it and making it, getting the recording they love. Because that's when the song is fresh. When you've played it live for 100 times, it's just that song you play live. You do it like you breathe. You just recite it. And I'm not saying you don't put a lot of love into it. You might put a lot of love into it, but it's very different from that first time when you record it, when the meaning of the song is more important than what the song has become due to the way that, the audience has responded to it. At that moment, the song is just what it is to you. And that initial recording where you're crafting that definitive first version is something highly important that people overlook it, and they think, oh, you just go into the studio, you lay down the song, some producer ruins it, it gets over compressed, and then you go out on the stage and it's a real song. So that's not the way, that is not the reality for almost any artist I've ever met or ever worked with. The studio is a very exciting place, whether that studio be at home, like it is with someone like Miyako, where she records a lot of stuff at home, whether it be in an actual recording studio, whether it be something where you put it down in like a basement that you've rented. However it be, like the studio process is something that is kind of just weirdly vilified. I think it's just because people, there's this purist thing that's like, oh, live is better. Okay, I've not heard a convincing argument for that yet. It just comes back to, oh, it's not compressed. Well, actually, a lot of live recordings are compressed. So it's and we've had this conversation before, but I stand by that. I just think it's way too easy to just vilify this kind of stuff when actually that's a very important part of the process. Hi, James.
Hello.
Let's catch up on the comments and we'll have a little chat. Rihanna new release called Heart is decent, but not breaking new gate. Rihanna doing new Rihanna things. Cool, I might check that out. I'm only a little bit into the Rihanna journey, but seems kind of cool actually. Babe Metal are signed to Capital, which is owned by UMG. Yeah. Oh, that was Terry, sorry. And he says they record demos in their individual home studios since the pandemic, but for at least drums and vocals, they still use properly acoustic treated spaces. Yeah, I mean, again, how well acoustically treated the space is less relevant now than it's ever been. Of course, recording in a really good studio is a nice thing, but you can record in virtually any space because the microphones, all these kind of things are so good. And a lot of the times, if you have a bad sounding space, you can use that to your advantage. You can play around with that, move the drum kit into like the corner of the room, into the bass trap and stuff like this. You can play around with acoustics. So even then, but yeah, it's nice when you record in a properly treated room. But I think, again, sometimes a bad recording room is actually all part of the creative fun. Harry said, I saw on Instagram and reposted Discord that Baby Metal are doing their first animated song. Yeah, I saw that. It looks like it's another collaboration though. I think it's another collab song, but this time with another Japanese band. I'm just tired of the collabs. It was fun at first, but now I'm just kind of like, release a song of your own, please, for God's sake. I re-tagged you on the Discord. Okay, Lynn, it's just like, again, I don't know if I don't really have time to watch interviews. I get tagged in a lot of this kind of thing. I don't have a huge amount of time to watch this kind of stuff. So if you can give me footnotes, that's great. But yeah, again, if it's like interviews, there's so many interviews out there, dude. Just if you can give me like footnotes of anything, I think I get the idea though. I'll try to catch up on it, but I don't want to promise that I'm going to watch a video that I might not have time to watch. There's still time for Bandmade to record it on a studio after pre-production. Well, I mean, again, look, none of this is really important. Like I said, this is all completely irrelevant. It's just they can record whatever the hell they want. The point is that recording is actually a very fun creative process, and the reason we like these bands is not because they're just people who like mechanically recite music. It's because they're creatives, and creating is the core of that. And you create in the studio, whether that be a studio or your home or whatever it is. By the way, as Andy is here, I just want to say, Andy, big thank you. Big thank you, because talking of wonderful, amazing music, Andy sent me the most apt and amazing present that I wasn't expecting to receive. You guys are going to know when you see this image what we're talking about. It is the CD of A Million Oatscries. Yeah, quite possibly one of my all-time favorite songs. Andy, this was absolutely lovely. I genuinely really thought this was such a sweet idea to send this through. So it's the single, but as always with Japanese singles, even a single is 2 discs. Yeah, they can't just do a maxi single. So the power of A Million Oatscries has been unleashed upon the world. Absolutely love this. Andy, thank you so much. That was such a lovely thing to have just find that in my letterbox. So I really appreciate that, man. That was genuinely lovely. So a big thank you to Andy as well. I have to give out some thanks for just the kind things that people have said and done over the last few days. Well, over the last week, now that I am officially old. Anyway, James, cut in because I've been talking so much.
Okay.
What you got?
Well, I have. It's not that exciting, but it's just Jim Beam Highball, the honey version. I thought that was quite interesting when I saw it. I know you can just buy honey Jim Beam in most places across the world now, but I thought, okay, well, let's just see how they mix it. In the can. So I bought that. I've also watched half of the anime themes of the year already, rather than waiting until the end of the year to do so. We tried watching everything from spring together in February, but I was ill. We tried, and I was just like, no, I can't do it. I don't like it.
Yeah, it was.
I don't feel good. I don't think we can actually film or anything. So we tried watching all the anime things from spring. We wanted to do all the summer ones while I'm here, but I don't know. I don't know if we get time because it takes a long time.
Well, we'll see how we do tomorrow, because tomorrow's your last full day.
Well, if watching the whole year takes 10 hours, watching quarter of the years could take 2.5 hours, isn't it?
I don't think it's going to be easy, but we'll see.
No, I'll try and do it for him. But I've got some insight into what I've liked so far. I'm sure I do.
Just quickly chip and say, Andy, what you said there, it's on the screen, and yeah, Andy, I agree with that 1,000%. 1,000%. That is just that is what it is, and it's weird how that's permeated beyond those generations into new. It's just been passed down because, of course, no one has any way of breaking that trend of bad stereotypes because no one actually sees that shit. So that bad, weird stereotypes just been passed down. And Trick, thank you for spinning those B-sides. I'm glad you enjoyed them. And Terry, yes, I am down in the valley. All right, you got it. Oh, he put numbers on it and everything.
That's how I score them.
What?
It's just my scores.
You've like print screened your playlist.
I do that every year. There's 2023.
Dude.
The same. That's got the numbers on it as well.
Yeah, we're just looking at the screen. No one else knows what we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
He's got like basically screenshotted like the list of the videos.
The YouTube playlist.
And he's just written numbers all over them.
Yep. Out of 10.
It looks like, you imagine going into his room and there's just like thousands of pictures of anime thumbnails and each one has a number next to it. It's like, he's not gone crazy. He's fine.
Yeah, see?
He's not losing his shit.
I've been getting better at it because to look at them quickly is quite hard for me to work out which ones are best. So I did start moving the numbers in different positions on the screen depending on what number that is. So at least I can go through it pretty quick and find which ones are 7s. So, for instance, what was a 7? Oh, like a Princess in Another World type thing. I need to stop going with videos which have got all the titles in Japanese. Oh, what was a good one? What was a good one?
What was a good one?
What was a good one? Oh man, it's hard to find ones that are written in. Oh, my lowest ranking one, actually, for people who are in. For some reason, is the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really, Really Love You. That got a 4.5.
That's your lowest one?
I know, right? I think it's just one of those irritating anime themes where all the female characters just yap over each other. One of those ones.
I want to hear your full year of the review.
This
one was just bloody
They're all just yapping over each other.
Just bloody yapping.
Which one is good? Yaiba, Samurai Legend. That got a 7 out of me this year. So yeah, Yaiba. So that's a anime theme I quite enjoyed.
Never heard of it. That's how I go through life, though, when it comes to anime themes.
Oh. Another Yoasobi, of course, Witch Watch.
Oh, yeah, that one was interesting.
Witch Watch got a 7 out of me. No surprise. They just happen to be very good. You know, it's no bias, but they just happen to be very good.
Imagine you doing a review of them.
Compass.
Just happen to be very good.
Compass 2.0. That had a 7 out of 10 from me as well. And what else was good? Once Upon a Witch's Death.
Bro.
I got a 7 as well. That was very good. Any focus there? So. There we go. Bandmaid, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bandmaid, Ready to Rock. Yeah, they did a anime theme.
They did 3
this
actually.
year. They did. Okay, so yeah, they got this one about a band. So they got this Ready to Rock.
What did you give that?
That's a 7.
Okay.
It's a 7.
It won't be right. It's quite, yeah.
I ain't got no 7.5s this year yet. Oh, Guilty Gear Strive. That's like another one of those, like ridiculously macho anime, which has a heavy intro. So Guilty Gear Strive. So that's another 7 out of 10. So yeah, that's My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Another 7.
All right, guys. So we've got to start wrapping up now because it's time to sort of call it a day. I'm just going to quickly go through the last few comments. Andy, yep, thank you very much. I'm going to check the booklet now and see who it is. It's Yamaguchi someone, but I'll see who it. I'll try and translate the first name as well. But I need to get I'm getting ready my lens so I can look a little bit closer and see who what that actually says. It's some really small print. Have keep going orders been sent? Most of them have been sent. They are making their way out. Bloody hell, they are making their way out, but they're slowly transferring across the planet. I got my copy through Neon. Yes, you did, Trig. Still waiting on my copy. Yes, Michael, that's right. Yours is. I think because you're the only one who's got one in your country. Yours might well be, hopefully, not that delayed. But let's just hope everything works out. And thank you everyone for your patience with this. I think for those who have already received those, you'll be able to say that the quality is worth it. Hopefully, you'll be able to speak for the great quality and effort we've put into these. Harry says, my live versus studio bias is based on the individual song. There are times I can't stand the studio. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, individual. Yeah, that's fine. As a general, I think that a lot of people are biased for other reasons, but no, it's fine. Obviously, you can have opinions. I'm assuming that wasn't 100 Girlfriends ending theme.
I ain't done the ending themes yet. The whole plan, the whole plan of me watching the anime intros regularly now was to find time to do the endings as well, because you never know what you're missing if you don't. And that's why I watch. I don't know what anime I'm missing if I don't watch them. I don't know what music I'm missing if I don't watch them. So I do want to do the ending themes this year, but it's only been the openings so far. So maybe I'll do all the endings on New Year's Day.
Michael says, when's the next band broadcast? I did mention that one's due to come out this weekend, this next weekend. Harry, of course, they're individual. Again, individual taste absolutely fine. How's the new Demon Slayer that's in theaters now? I think we're at the end of this. We've got to wrap up, so that's not a good time to start this.
All right, we'll have to be quick. It's just that very good in 4DX. Apparently, I missed it. It came out on the 12th. So I was here while it was out in cinemas in the UK, but apparently 4DX is really good for that film.
All right, so we're gonna transfer over. We're a little bit overdue. We're gonna transfer over to getting on to the Twitch. Just a quick reminder, if anyone, if you're thinking you can't come over to Twitch, here's word from Remembering. We'll go over to Twitch now, and then the Twitch stream is going to be for 2.5 hours, but 2.5 hours later, so it's 2 o'clock here at 4:30, that is when the episode of Ears to the East starts. It's set up. You can find the premiere on the Ears to the East channel. As usual, it's one of the quiz episodes, so get in there. You can enjoy it. You can play against me and Benedict as we answer Neon's frankly weird questions. And then after that, when that ends, there'll be a new episode coming out on Baka Breakdown, a new reaction coming out there as well. So we got you covered all the way through to the end of Twitch. Then we got an hour long Ears to the East after that, and then you got a nice little 15-minute reaction to cap off the experience. So you're full enjoying your evening with Howard Experience. It will never end, ever. Anyway, we love you. Thank you so much, everyone. By the way,
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Nice.
all right, take care, everyone. We're going to go over to Twitch now. Usual thing, give us a few minutes to set it up. Big thank you to everyone. Please do remember to, if you can, keep on helping with supporting the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Everyone from the Patreon, thank you so much. Obviously, we're doing the Patreons song requests over in Twitch next. Just want to say, obviously, the videos will keep on coming. Band broadcast coming up. The Ash Frost episode should be the next one. It has to be the next one. And look, anyway, we love you all. We'll see you soon. We're going over onto Twitch, and until I hopefully see you over there, or in the comments, or in the Discord, or wherever it may be. For now, ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao, cheerio.